Hi everyone, happy 2022. We are back with our 1 year episode of Apologetically Me. I think it's our 1 year episode, but we've been doing this for a year now. So happy 1 year anniversary, Wanda.
We literally just talked about this before we started filming.
Yeah,
We
I'm
were
pretty
like,
sure it's exactly a year.
will you place money on it?
I have no money to give you.
Because I'm pretty sure we just said right before your birthday.
It was 11 months ago.
Yeah. It was in, I
January
think,
21. So close. Well,
yeah. So
either way,
today,
happy 1 year.
if this goes up on the 20th, then yes, it would be happy 1 year.
Well, we don't know when this is going out yet, so happy 1 year.
Well, happy 1 year, Maggie.
Well, now you're gonna put this out tomorrow to spite me, so happy not 1 year.
I would never do anything like that.
Yeah, happy 2022 to everyone. I hope you guys have a very safe and prosperous new year.
A little late for that, too.
Well, it's not too late for Happy New Year. I've been sending out Happy New Year emails today too.
It's like the 12th of January.
Well, it's like to people I haven't talked to yet. So I was like, "Oh, hey, happy 2022. Haven't talked to you in a while. Also, can you do this for me?"
I think the only appropriate time to wish someone a happy new year is on New Year's or New Year's Eve.
Nah.
Maybe the 2nd of January is also appropriate. But anytime after that feels a little bit like you're just itching for something to say.
It's okay. Anytime is good. When you're in the corporate world, you can say it anytime. The first week back, yeah, it's all good.
Say it in February, and then if someone's like, what? Just be like, oh, I'm Asian. I celebrate Lunar New Year.
Do we want to talk about New Year's resolutions first? Or is it a little too late for that?
Why don't we give like a big recap update, and then we'll talk about how we're going to start the new year off.
Sure. Okay, how about you do the honors of providing your first update? What happened in our end of 2021?
You always tell me like not to go in order of like things that we did.
Wait, what? You can go in order.
No, like last time we took a hiatus, you were like, oh, like you don't have to talk about everything.
Oh,
so now
you
I'm
gave
like
every little detailed thing. That's why. And I was like, whoa,
they're
it's okay. Just
important.
give me like the big picture. But this time, nah, I'm not gonna control you. You let your free speech roam.
Okay. Well, I think the most memorable part about 2021, or like from when we ended the podcast to now, is that Maggie almost got COVID again. The second boogaloo.
That's really the only update you want to give? Not our joint vacation, but just that I got
you
COVID?
Said to give. You did not get COVID. You almost could have gotten COVID again. Very important distinction. Maggie does not have COVID right now. I think.
To my knowledge, I have never had COVID. I don't want to virtually give it to you all. That's why I'm like, oh no, I didn't get COVID, guys.
You said to say your first thing. That is my first thing that I'm going to talk about.
So funny.
So, what ended up happening is our friend Prabby had a birthday after we had come back from Ottawa and Montreal, our joint vacation together, which I'm sure Maggie will talk about. And they went to tacos in Toronto as well as a bar. Shortly after, a few days, Sally's boyfriend, Dan, has officially tested positive for COVID on a rapid test, I want to say, because we no longer can get a PCR test in this time in December. And once again, Maggie was panicking because she thought she had COVID. And to the listeners, if you remember, 6 months ago, I don't know, but Nick had COVID and Maggie saw him, and she also was worried that she had COVID. So this is her second COVID scare, but Maggie's immune system has prevailed. I think it's so funny, like how COVID transmits. Like you could go, like we talked about this, like you could go to a grocery store and just breathe the same air with a mask on and get COVID, but you and your partner like could be right next to each other and one of you could have COVID and yet the other one doesn't get it. Like that's insane. Like why?
So I personally think that COVID strikes people who need to be humbled. So literally that day that I got the message from Sally's boyfriend, I was at Christmas Eve dinner at my boyfriend's house. And I was talking to his mom about like, oh, I don't even care about COVID anymore. Like, everyone's so strict around it. Like, it's okay. It's not a big deal now. Like, I just don't want my family to get it or anything. I'm okay if I get it. And then, as soon as I said that, Dan messaged me, hey, unfortunately, I have COVID. You and Nick have to go get tested. I'm so sorry. And at that point, we didn't realize how bad the testing had gotten in Ontario, where you literally cannot get any rapid test or PCR test. They will not give you a PCR test if you are showing symptoms. I think the guideline is if you are showing symptoms, assume you have COVID. Because how they keep the numbers down by not testing anyone.
The intention, they were like the COVID testing capacity, which like it's just not there. Like a lot of centers closed and everything because like we went so long without having like any kind of big breakout of any sort. So they laid off a bunch of people. They closed down a lot of centers. So they were essentially backlogged for weeks.
Yes. So that kind of put a damper on our Christmas Eve dinner. And I was panicking because I went to see a lot of people that week because I flew too close to the sun. I went to see people who were kind of like at risk too. Like a lot of people in my family. It was the holidays time. I was like, I'm going to drop off some presents, going to say hi. So then I had to alert almost everyone in my contact list. Like, hey, I was exposed to someone who tested positive for COVID. I am so sorry. And I was freaking out the whole time. But then I managed to finally get my hands on one rapid test. I was negative. Nick was like, if you're negative, I'm probably negative too. I have no symptoms. He said at that point we're the same person. So anyways, I spent 24 hours panicking. And like, oh my God, Juana and Jordan were so smart not to come. Even when I was at dinner with Prabby, I'm so sorry to Prabby, but I was like, oh, I don't really want to go. Like, I feel like Toronto is, like, kind of gross right now. I kind of want to avoid it. It's, like, a hot spot, and, like, I don't really want to go to a bar. But I was like, it's a birthday. I'll just do it. Even when we were sitting down at the bar, Dan even said, we should not be here right now. This is bad. The numbers are bad. Western just closed. And we sent everyone home. Finals were canceled.
Well, I'm glad my antisocial behavior led to great things.
Yeah. That bar was not great. I'm not gonna expose them, but I've seen them on TikTok where they rate stuff and they're like, this bar sucks. And I was like, yeah, I get it.
For like non-COVID related stuff, right? Or was it like, this bar sucks at COVID regulations?
Not both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I guess because people were standing up and drinking and we were just huddled in our booth, I was like, this does not feel safe here. Because when I have to go to the bathroom, I have to like weave my way around everyone and no one is wearing a mask.
But the funny part is the call was coming from inside of the house.
Inside the house. Nice.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Dan is safe. I would like to attribute it to his vaccines. He is safe. His family is safe. No one else around him got COVID. He is a bad spreader. Woohoo!
Yeah. Nice. Okay, now you give an update.
Well, I want to give our update where
Okay.
me, my boyfriend, Wanda, her boyfriend, we all went on a vacation together. We went to Montreal and Ottawa. We decided to do a road trip. We went to Toronto the night before, and then we drove straight to Ottawa. Ottawa was okay. If you're from Ottawa, tell us what we missed. The only cool fact I have to share is that apparently when the Ashley Madison scandal happened, like when they leaked that dating website stuff where people would cheat on each other, a large number of people from that website were from Ottawa. So Ottawa is known as like the cheating capital of Canada because there's nothing to do but to cheat, apparently. And it's all like politicians and stuff.
I was like, is there because there's like a higher correlation of like politicians and like cheating?
Maybe. That sounds like a thing.
That's funny. I didn't know that. Cool fun fact.
I have not done science into this. This is only hearsay from Nick. So this is what his friend told him because he was telling his friends that he was going to Ottawa. Food was in Ottawa expensive. Yeah, it was okay in Ottawa. I'm glad we only spent like a couple days there, but it was like cool. And then Montreal was where the magical beauty was. Everything was so cheap. Drinks were so cheap. We stayed in a primo location, like every restaurant that we wanted to go to, and all the restaurants that keep popping up my TikTok are on the street that we stayed at. So that was chef's kiss. Yeah, I think it was a really fun trip. Would do it again. So cheap again. Traveling with 4 people, so cheap, so great.
It really is great when you can like when you first book stuff and you're like, oh crap, this is like so expensive, and then you split 4 ways and you're like, oh, that's not that like the my share, that's not bad at all. Um so yes, would do it again. The only reason that I agreed to go to Ottawa was because like we were going to Montreal. Like that was kind of like a, oh, we should do Ottawa and Montreal together. So like while I've been to Ottawa many times and I've always disliked it, I was like, you know what? I'm going to be a trooper because I really want to go to Montreal again. I am a Montreal stan. I loved Montreal the last time I went to it, and I'm all for converting people into the things that I love. Maggie did not have the bestest Montreal experience before we went, but now she is a true believer,
Mhm.
and that is even better. Like I think the fact that we went to Ottawa and then we went to Montreal like made Montreal seem even better too, because Ottawa was cold. Everything was really far, so walking was tough. Things were kind of expensive as they are in Ontario as a whole, and there just really wasn't much there. But then like when you go to Montreal, alcohol's so much cheaper, food's so much cheaper. Like the service was even better for some reason. Like I don't know why. And like French people just really know how to enjoy themselves. And
Yeah.
I was like not disappointed really by any place that we went to, and would go again.
Mhm. Um, I think the only disappointing place that I went to was when me and Nick went for that smoked meat place. And we went to like a very highly rated smoked meat place. Like this was like the place to go. I'm not a big fan of smoked meat, but my boyfriend is. But I think we went and we were like, ugh, this is like not so good. So that was the
Yeah.
only like meh side, but even then, not too bad. I will say about Ottawa though, is that no one really wanted to go to Ottawa. But what's that whole concept of like no one wants to say anything, so they just go with it? Did
Literally,
who?
Nick suggested Ottawa. So I was like, oh,
Oh yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah,
like
I
we'll go to
forgot, I forgot.
Ottawa. And he was like kind of mildly excited when we drove
For
into
Ottawa,
Ottawa.
that's so
Yeah,
funny.
and then afterwards he was like, "Oh, well, there
We
wasn't much
destroyed.
here."
He was glad that we went because he's never been before, but he was like, I'm good with never going again.
That's how I feel about Ottawa too.
Yeah. I used to go a lot as a kid, and I can say that it is exactly how I remembered it. Boring.
Literally nothing has changed.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I think Nick went to Montreal too before with an ex of his, and he didn't have a great time. But then I only found, so I didn't like ask questions about it until we actually were in Montreal, and I was like, "So what did you do in Montreal?" And he was like, "Actually, I was only in Montreal for like less than 24 hours." I'm like, "Bro, you literally did like nothing then." Like what? Why were you against Montreal? Because I think he was more excited for Ottawa than Montreal.
Yeah. Um,
SMH.
he also said something along the lines of he stayed in student housing while he was
Yes.
in Montreal one time, and it was really bad. And it was not much cheaper than staying in a hotel.
Mamma mia.
So,
To be fair, I think he was a student at the time or doing internships, so not a lot of money. And his ex at
yeah,
the time probably also not a lot of money.
I mean, like to be fair, like I don't think our trip was actually that expensive because
So
we
cheap.
drove, because we shared a lot of the stuff. Like it was not that expensive. Montreal as a whole is not that expensive, so I guess you just gotta know where to go.
Yeah. Once again, traveling with 4 people. So great. I think what worked is that we were all like pretty agreeable, I think.
Yeah, one vacation Wanda is very different than regular Wanda.
I will say that you knew, like, usually you're more like laid back and stuff, but this time you're like, no, we have to go to this food place. No, you gave us options. You
Yes.
were you were still Wanda about food and drink places, which was totally okay with me because I did not know where to go.
That's like really the only thing I care about on vacations. And because I've been to like Montreal before and like I know what like certain places that are like a little bit better, like it was good. Like you are a believer now, right?
I am truly a believer. If there was a job that paid more and I had to relocate to Montreal, I would go.
How did you feel about the whole like speaking English in Montreal thing?
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal.
I have literally only one regret. I went to Lush and I signed up for their newsletter program at Lush while I was there. The guy had a very heavy French accent, so it did take a while to sign up for the newsletter. And because I signed up in Montreal, all the newsletters I get from Lush are in French, and I
So
have
funny.
no clue what they're saying.
That's so funny. Have you considered unsubscribing?
I mean, but I get them so like periodically that I kind of just forget about it until I get the next one and I'm like, oh crap.
So you will have to learn French now,
Yeah.
involuntarily.
I was thinking I'll touch up on this later. But yeah, maybe.
Hmm, nice. Anything else I'm missing from our trip? Any highlights or downfalls?
Maggie and Nick climbed a mountain, I think.
Oh yeah, we climbed Mount Royale. Um, I think so. In December, I think I was like pretty fit, way more fit than I am now. So we had to get to Mount Royale. We had to walk up this very steep street that's like very uphill, and I'm like, fuck me, Jesus. So getting up that street was already a mission, and then when you get to the street, you see a bunch of stairs that do not stop, and also it's cold and wintry. But then I basically had to take a break because I was like, what the hell? How are people not dying? An old lady passed me. She had a cane on her and she literally like walked faster than me. I had to stop and breathe. I had to unzip my jacket. I was so sweaty. I was a mess. I will say it's because I had to climb that street first. So maybe if things were different, but maybe Montreal people are just way more fit than me. It was cool. Good view. Would I do it again?
Would you recommend?
It's not bad. I think it was only bad because of that one street, but I think it's okay. If you I think it's like something to do in Montreal. It's like once in a lifetime thing. I think I've done this before, but I took like an Uber up and I cheated.
Yeah, I feel like if you took an Uber even up to like the stairs part, like that might have made it a bit easier.
Yeah. It was a very short walk from my Airbnb though. Everything was so short from my Airbnb. So great.
Jordan and I did not climb the mountain with them. Instead, we got dumplings and Korean corn dogs.
Oh, nice. You got the corn dogs.
We did, yes. Jordan really wanted it, and it was on the way home, so why not?
Nice. How was it?
It was great. Jordan said, I have taken many years off of his life by introducing him to Korean corn dogs.
That's so funny.
Overall, 10 out of 10.
Nice. Would you travel with me and Nick again?
You've literally asked me this question.
I know, but now
like
I want it on the record.
Yes, I would travel with you guys again.
Nice.
There's like nothing really like bad about like I've traveled with you before, like multiple times. So like adding him to the equation was not any worse of an experience.
Nice. Was there anything that you wish to change about us? Any feedback for us? How can
Is this
we
a performance review?
How can we better accommodate your travel next time?
Like, do I like? Are you like fishing for something? Like,
no, I'm just like curious.
You could be more on time. That would be my only thing.
Oh, but like that's get ready.
Yeah, but that's just more of like a general flaw
that's
with
just, like me
you
in general.
Like even with like the podcast, it's like today we're supposed to film at 2:30 and at like 2:35 like Maggie was like 5 more minutes. And then it was like I was just waiting there for a while and I was like, where is she?
I said whenever, and I thought she'd say an hour or something. I was like, okay, it's gonna take me a while to get ready. I have nothing in place. And she's like, how about now? I'm like, oh my God.
When someone
I
says,
cannot do that.
when you ask someone, hey, like, when do you want to do blah? And the person says, whatever is fine. What do you assume is a possible option? Now is a possible option. If you said,
what about, like,
yeah, I'm free
in half
after
an
3.
hour?
Yeah, like you could say how about like, oh, I'm free in half an hour. I'd be like, okay, like how's 30 minutes from now? Like you could have just given me a time too. Like all of these were options.
I'm gonna remember this.
Okay.
I will hold you to this one day.
Yeah, but like regardless, like either way, like you're gonna be late. I forgot because we haven't filmed the podcast in a while, but usually like I'm waiting for Maggie. But like that was kind of like carried forward in our vacation as well. So it's like it's just a general human Maggie flaw area that I don't think is gonna get fixed. So
Sorry.
it's a bug in the system. It's a feature.
The clock in my head is really delayed.
The clock in your car, though, is like 5 minutes fast. So.
Well, we didn't take my car on our trip. Well, we did, but we parked it. So how was I to know?
That's okay. That would be my only thing. What about you? What general feedback do you have for me and Jordan?
I don't think I have anything. I'm trying to think, but it's kind of been a while too.
It really has.
Yeah,
we should really have done this earlier.
Yeah. I don't know. I think like you guys are pretty good, very considerate. Everyone would take turns washing dishes. I feel like Jordan washed more dishes than any of us, maybe.
Which is quite a change from when we are at home.
Aw, he's just trying to suck up to us. What a sweaty.
Yeah, I think it's more because like I'm the type that doesn't like leaving dishes in the sink for too long, but when I'm on vacation, like I care a little bit less. So like I usually just get to the dishes before he does. But then because we were on vacation, I didn't really care as much, so he got to them before I did.
Stepped up his game.
Yeah.
No, you guys are pretty good. Very, very sweaties.
Yeah, you guys too.
Nice.
No real complaints.
Only fake complaints.
But then it was Christmas, and I saw like this, like so I like watching people talk about what they got for Christmas. So I want us to talk about what we got for Christmas because I think it's kind of cool.
That's so cute. Want to do an unboxing?
Would you like to do an unboxing?
No, I already opened my presents, so it's too late.
Okay. Then you can just describe it. Describe the joy that you experienced unboxing all of your gifts. What did you give and what did you get for Christmas?
Okay, honestly, I don't love the whole me getting gifts thing during Christmas. I don't mind giving gifts, but like I get like one gift and that's like it's like over, right? I was very shocked by Nick's family because they would just constantly keep giving gifts. Like I got at least like 3 things from his mom. Nick gave me at least 3 things and I'm like, holy shit, I got you guys each like 1 thing. I got Nick maybe like 3 things. But I was like, geez, calm down, stop it. This is too much for me. But yeah, his mom gave me like a nice manicure gift card. Oven mitts, chocolates. I love chocolates. And my sweet boyfriend got me my Crave subscription. So I will not be naming my first child after Wanda. Or a name of Wanda's choice.
Thanks for clarification.
Yes, I've spent the past month or so, few weeks, just watching everything on Crave. It's been great. I feel very overwhelmed because there's so much stuff on Crave, but I think I'm almost done my list. And he got me some cream that I really like. This hip thruster thing, the barbell pad thing, I forget what it's called.
I can't believe you did not have one.
Well, yeah, I was always like just using my sweater. But then my brother told me that the gym actually has one. You just have to go up to the front desk to ask to borrow it. They don't leave it out for some reason. But I don't want to use it anyways. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's okay. And he got me chocolates too. And something else I can't remember. But yeah, overall good gifts. That actually, he surprised me because he left his gifts in his room and I only saw the barbell thing. And I was like, nice, that's what I wanted. Um, my mother got me a couple jackets that I rejected because like I don't need any more jackets. Like I always wear like the same two jackets in the wintertime. I don't need to add more to the mix there. They're jackets. Um, so she returned one, and I think the other one it was a no return policy. So that was on my mom for being dumb because they're like exchange only. So I think she got a jacket for herself because I was like, listen, I can get a jacket, but you know I'm not gonna wear it. And it's gonna be a waste of your time and money. I'm sorry. You should have talked to me first. You knew I wanted jeans.
Wow.
Yeah, I said jeans and she got jacket. They both start with a J, but
miscommunication there.
My brother got me, his work gave him a free charcuterie board, so he gave that to me. His work gave him a free cheese knife. He gave that to me. But he did get me this perfume set from Sephora that I wanted. But I ended up buying it for myself first because it was on sale, but then he also got it for me on sale. And then he was like, "You are a penis. You sent me one thing specifically to get you, and then you went to buy it for yourself."
That's on you.
That was on me. I just returned it.
Okay, cool.
So I kept his. But yeah, it was nice. And I think that is everything for Christmas. How about yourself?
So my family doesn't do gifts, which I am fully okay with because I'm not really a big gift person anyways. I'm more about experiences. So,
What a bro thing to say.
How is that like a bro?
It sounds like a bro thing or like a hippie thing. I'm not materialistic, bro. I'm about life.
I'm not materialistic. I mean, it's more of like a what can't I buy for myself that you can buy for me? Like no one knows me better than I know me.
I think to note, I think we're also very picky. So it's better off that we buy our own things.
Yeah, and I also don't like gift cards. You can give me cold hard cash, and I would not be offended.
Yeah, that's fair.
But so this year, we did a Secret Santa with Jordan's family because there are 6 of us now, and it just doesn't make sense to buy gifts for every single like person. So like we came up with Secret Santa around Thanksgiving. Funny enough, me and Jordan got each other for a Secret Santa, which was like I kind of predicted it. It was between him and his brother's girlfriend that I thought had me, which I was like pretty sure it was Jordan because he said he finished his shopping early and he never finishes his shopping early. He blamed it on the fact that because he was doing Secret Santa, he only had to buy one gift. And I was like, that's suspicious. And he was also like, hey, like I got you something for Christmas. I'm like, what the heck? We talked about not getting anything for each other for Christmas. So then I was stressed because he finished before I did. And I don't like that. So I ended up getting him a pair of Reeboks that I saw on the Try Guys, and I thought they were kind of cool. They're also pretty cheap on Amazon, so hit up Amazon. I got him a pair of white Stan Smiths because they're on sale, and I've been trying to get him to get that for himself for so long. So I decided to get him a pair. I also got myself a pair. Gift to myself, I guess. I got him 3 pairs of shorts from H&M when they were on sale because these are like the shorts that he lounges around in. And the 2 pairs that he had were getting like, there was like an oil stain on one of them. So like he couldn't really wear them out or like to the gym or anything. Like they really became like at home shorts. So now he has like more.
No, it looks like he peed his pants.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like like because oil stains don't go away. It becomes like a permanent stain on the shorts. I also got him a pack of, they're actually right here, like Smart Sweets, like the Coca-Cola ones. They're like the kick sugar, healthier gummy candy. Because that was the one that he liked the best for some reason, even though it's like not that good.
I'm gonna look that up. That sounds really good. Note to self. Wait, can you
the
show
gummy
what
worm version?
Like?
Yeah. So, nope.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I personally do not like these as much because they're like more gummy than they are like stretchy. So like if I eat like candy, like gummy candy, I like it to be stretchy. Like I like the chew. The bite back or something. I don't know. Anyways.
Bites you back.
So the gummy worms are my personal favorite. I also got him a deodorant that was just more of like a, hey, like you're running low on deodorant. Here's like another one, and I just wrapped it up with all his gifts because I was lazy. I wasn't like too happy with my gifts. Like I was like, they
Got him
were
so
more for
much.
like we had like $100 for Secret Santa. Like that was like our like limit for each person. So I was like, I'll get a gift for like him, and I'll get a gift for like Secret Santa. So like I ended up like it felt like slightly more. But then like I wasn't happy with it. Like I felt like all the gifts were like for me rather than like for him in a way. Like you know what I mean when you like get gifts for people and it's like things that you want for this person but not necessarily things that they want for themselves.
Sorry, you want to keep Jordan alive and you don't want to keep giving him sour gummy worms.
Yeah, he did ask like when we were talking about Secret Santa, like when we picked names and stuff. Like I was like, "Oh, like Jordan, what would you want?" And he was like, "I like sour candy and like." I was like, "Oh my god, I'm not gonna get you more sour candy." Actually, funny story. So we didn't eat breakfast today because like we've both been kind of busy in meetings and stuff. I walked downstairs after I had my last meeting, and guess what Jordan had for breakfast?
I'm guessing Sour Patch Kids.
Not Sour Patch Kids, but sour gummy worms. He had a plate with sour gummy worms on top and another bowl of chips. And I was like, holy shit, you had gummy worms for breakfast? And he's like, no, I had a bagel first before I had my sour candy. And I was like, not much better.
It's about a balanced diet, okay?
So didn't want to kill him by getting him what he wanted, but you know, substitutions. So I was on Red Flag Deals like a day before Christmas Eve, and I was like, I saw this thing where it was like Vancouver, like Canada, Ontario, Toronto to Vancouver was only like $200 for one person, which is like less than like half the price of like what tickets usually cost. I know the tickets in like Canada to fly across Canada is outrageous. But I was like, oh, this is so cool. Like, I should have done this as a present. I sent it to him, and he's like, oh, yeah, like, this would be so cool. So, because I wasn't happy with my gifts, I ended up booking us both tickets to go to Vancouver for kind of like our almost anniversary in May, because 3 years ago in May, he left me to go to Vancouver. So I thought it would be a nice homage to that. And because
Disclaimer,
of
he
that,
didn't leave her.
well, he did leave me in Ontario, so I would say he left me.
They had a long distance relationship. They were still
He left
together.
me. And I'll never forget it. But because he likes Vancouver better. Even though I think there's a lot of hills, I'm trying to get Maggie to go to Vancouver as well to attest to the fact that there's a lot of hills.
I don't want to go just because I have to prove one of you right.
I think that is a great reason to go. So that is what I got him. I came out on top, which is very important for gift giving. He got me a kitchen skill, which is what I've been looking for a while because I can't seem to bake cookies properly because I always overpack my flour. It has been a lifesaver. I am so happy I've gotten a kitchen skill. I just never could make a decision myself. He got me the giant like 1 pound or half a pound Reese cup thing from Walmart, which is funny because Maggie like sent that to me like a few days ago.
Whoa, wait, did he get it because I sent it or like he already got it?
He already had it.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah. Which was like so coincidental. I was like, oh, I know what this is because Maggie literally just sent this to me.
And I was like, what kind of cycle would buy this? Have you
Well,
eaten
you
it
know your
yet?
answer. No, I haven't because it's like so big that it's like I would have to eat it like a pie.
Yeah. That's why I was
And
curious. Like, how did you eat it?
yeah, no, I just like took it. I was just like it's it's heavy. It's hefty.
Yeah. So
That
funny.
is too much chocolate for one person. But I like big things. I like when they make small things into big things. That is a joy of mine. Um and then he got me a Yeti mic, which I'm not using now because I'm not at home right now. And he was like, "Why did you bring the Yeti mic when you came over?" And I was like, "But you have a microphone." And he was like, "Well, like you're not using my present at all," and like, et cetera, et cetera. But
That's
yes, I
so
haven't gotten
funny.
to use it because we moved our filming time.
when my brother got me the Yeti mic for Christmas last year, he kept nagging me like, "You're not using my present. Why are you using my present? Just start your podcast already. If not, I'm gonna take it back."
Jordan's kind of the same way. He was like,
Nice.
I wasn't sure if you were continuing this because we took a hiatus and he didn't really watch our videos when we announced our hiatus, but he was like, he's like, I'm not sure if you still have a use for this, but like I got it for you because I know you wouldn't buy it for yourself. And
Oh,
that is true because I would not buy it for myself because I don't like to spend money on hobbies.
oh, Jordan's your sponsor. Splenda,
Yeah.
daddy.
Sponsored by Jordan. Um, and then his mom gave me like a stocking full of like I think those like Bath and Body Works like wall plugs, like wallflowers, I think
Oh,
they're
nice.
called.
Mm-hmm.
She also gave me Bailey's, which Jordan took a hold of immediately Christmas morning and put it in his coffee. Um, and then like some chocolates as well.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Yeah, it really was. And I was like, oh, you didn't have to get me anything because, like, Secret Santa and everything. But it was very nice. And I did
Oh,
appreciate the chocolates
oh.
and everything else.
You did come out on top for gifts, I will say.
Thank
Does
you.
he know about the Vancouver thing yet?
Oh, yeah. I basically, like, I told him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
I also said, I'm not getting you anything for our anniversary.
Nice. um, yeah, this was a lot of gifts. I forgot to talk about what I gave, but it wasn't as much as you gave Jordan.
Well, no. Like, what did you give?
Uh, he's really into aquascaping, so I gave an aquascaping set. Um, oh my god, I don't even remember. Oh, I got him a sweater. And got him a coat.
Good call on the coat.
No, it's like a light coat.
Oh. Why?
Because he wanted an overcoat. So I was like, okay, here you
Ah.
go. But he does need a thicker coat. I just like can't afford to get him like a really big designer coat. That's heavy duty.
Yeah. Poor Nick. He was so cold.
His jacket is so thin. I don't know. Yeah, at
His
one
jacket
point,
was handed down from his brother
who
when
is
they were like
younger.
10 years old or something.
Yes.
So he's had the jacket for like 15 years.
This is true. Nick and I exchanged jackets at one point because I wore a really thick sweater and then I wore my parka. So I was very sweaty and Nick was very cold. So I wore his and I was like, whoa, literally it takes 5 minutes and I'm cold again. And his was like, yeah, this is very warm. This jacket's also very sweaty. Um so we know that I am dressed very warmly. We know that Nick is not.
Yeah. The coat gave him a very feminine figure.
Yeah, very snatched. He's
Very
like,
snatched at the waist.
yes. I looked like a
Uh,
security guard, like a bouncer at a club.
you really did. Maggie's coat got a lot of compliments from strangers.
Yes, including Wanda.
Yeah. She looked very snatched. It's a very
Nice.
snatching coat.
It is very nice. Thanks,
Mm-hmm.
winners.
Yeah. Thanks, Maggie's mom, for coat
Yeah, wait, she
one. No,
literally
Maggie.
gave me that code in 2021, like November. And I was like, oh, nice, you could have saved this for December, but like, okay. And she literally got me 2 more jackets in December. Like, I said I like it once, and then she was like, here, take more jackets.
Why get rid of a good thing?
Ridiculous.
So, what did you get your family?
I got my mother a vest that she returned because I know she was looking for a nicer vest, but she found out it was $200 and got mad and returned it. That's just how my mom is. She's okay with spending that kind of money on me, just not me on her.
Aw.
Very dumb. So I guess because she returned it, I got nothing for her. My brother, I got him money because he said that's all he wanted.
Did his girlfriend get you anything? Did you
Oh
get
yeah.
anything for his girlfriend?
She got me this like cute cell phone stand thing and like this headband to wear like when you wash your face. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. But yeah, it was cute. I like those gifts. I got her this gift set from Sephora. It was like these 5 sample mascara sizes and then you go and exchange it for like a big one. Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah. I think it's like I'm glad you guys like didn't go too extreme with like the gifts for each other because it's like I think it's like you both went the right amount of gifting.
I agree. I think to your girlfriend's sibling, to your significant other's sibling, you don't need to buy that much unless you're like really close with them and you've been in the family for a while. Then like maybe,
Mhm.
but I think initially when you've only known each other for less than a year, it's okay. Go small. Save your money.
Did you get your nephews anything?
Yeah, I got them Nintendo Switch games.
Huh, cool.
Yeah. Um, let's talk New Year's resolutions.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Great.
what are your New Year's resolutions? The ones you are okay with sharing.
Um, I realistically only had one New Year's. Like, I'm not big on New Year's resolutions because I'm like, you can do anything at any time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so what I was planning on doing, which I haven't done yet, going back to my earlier conversation, was I was going to learn French on Duolingo because when I go back to Montreal again, I want to be a little bit better at French.
Je suis comme ci comme ça.
Um, and it's funny because I was always the kid who hated French. I dropped out of my international baccalaureate program because I didn't want to take French. That's how much I hated French. And look at me now. You know,
Thriving.
they they always say they're like you're going to regret like not learning another language as a kid. And I'm like, I'm never going to regret it. And this is me regretting it. You know what I don't regret though? Quitting piano. Fuck that.
um, I think it's never too late to learn another language. But also, it's okay that you didn't want to do it as a kid because it wasn't really that important as a kid, and you couldn't have known you would love Montreal so much. So that's okay.
Yeah. I'm going to put my kid, my hypothetical kid in French immersion.
I said the same thing to Nick. He was really against it at first
At first.
because he was like, why are we going to force our kid to learn French immersion? Like, I hated French as a kid. Imagine if my parents forced me to go through French immersion. And I was
They
like, but
won't
then,
know they hate it.
yeah. And I was like, but they're going to love it because I'm going to force them to learn Vietnamese and then French. They'll be okay.
Wow. Are you gonna force Nick to learn Viet too?
No, he said he would learn with our child.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, it's like a little
Good
bonding
luck.
activity.
Good
I
luck.
mean, the child's going to surpass him like very, very quickly because it's very easy to learn language as a kid.
If Nick surpasses me, I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight someone.
Kid could surpass you.
Yeah. My dad already loves Nick so much. So if Nick learns Vietnamese, it'll just be through the roof.
It's good.
Yeah.
My second one would just be getting more fit, probably doing more cardio.
Hmm.
And then the gym's closed. So I bought an exercise bike.
Oh my god, really? Nice.
Yeah, I thought you would know this because we share an Amazon account. I mean, no, we don't. But
Amazon want to sponsor us? Oh, that's
but
so
like
cool.
yeah, it was $400 and my mom loves it. She just like hops on and she like just bikes casually whenever she has like a little bit of free time. So like in the middle of her workday at lunch, she
Hmm.
like hops on the bike for 15 minutes. And while she's cooking, she hops on the bike for 15 minutes. Or like she's talking to her sister, she hops on the bike for 30 minutes. And she's like, she loves it. She's like, when you leave, like, can you leave the bike? And I was like,
Wow.
okay.
Hmm. I'm only hesitant to get one because we already have a treadmill and I already sparingly use it.
Yeah.
But that's good.
I Yeah, when I went back to the gym in like January, like before everything closed down, I was like really liking biking after my workout. So I was like, okay, like what can I do cardio at home? Like I don't really like treadmills. So I was like, okay, like I'm gonna look for a bike. And I did it. I'm glad I did it. Good investment.
Hmm.
I still really like biking. Maybe not as much as my mother, but she's also getting healthier in the process. So I think it great
Oh.
purchase, even though it was a little bit expensive.
Hmm. I think it's good, especially because gyms are closed. Very good. That's
Truly.
so
What
funny.
about you?
That's so funny that my resolution was to go to the gym 3 times a week, like for sure. And then,
Mhm.
nope, I can't. And then I broke my neck. I didn't actually break my neck again, disclaimer, but like it made working. It's only been a week, but anyways, I haven't worked out in like a very long time. I think I went like once in the last week of December / January when before they shut everything down. So all my muscle is gone, and I can feel myself gaining weight. So in general, it's to be fitter, eat healthier, be more mindful, try to cut back on sweets and dairy. It's the same resolution every single year. Every year I give up. But it's also to be nicer to myself. Like, you know, it's not gonna be like an overnight thing. It's gonna be a while. It's already been like 2 years since I told myself I would cut back on stuff and be healthy. But here are we now. I'm still in love with sweets.
It's hard.
It is hard. It's a lifestyle. I'm gonna get diabetes. What else is my resolution? My resolution was to learn a new hobby. It was to expand myself career-wise, like see if I can add another skill to the resume. I wanted to read more. I want to get back into like a new hobby. Like for sure this year, cross-stitching will be my year. I've had this cross-stitch set for the past year and I haven't touched it. But I'm gonna do it this year. And to volunteer. I was looking for something cool to do in my spare time. Not that I have a lot of spare time, but I feel like because gyms are closed and I don't have anything else to do, I'm like, yeah, let's volunteer. Let's do something. So yeah, those are my New Year's resolutions.
Which are so nice. Like help the world, help yourself. Just it's really nice.
That should be everyone's resolutions. Help yourself is priority number 1, obviously. But like, if you have time, see if you can help the world.
Nice. Just so kind.
That's me.
Yeah. I can't wait to look back at this in December. In our last episode in December and see how far we've progress. Come. And then see what your New Year's resolutions are the next year.
The exact same.
You know, it's okay. Being nicer to yourself, a healthy lifestyle, it's a continuous journey. So it's okay to have the same resolutions every single year.
I agree. I think that's no problem at all. My boyfriend will not share his New Year's resolutions with me. He says they are private because if he doesn't meet them, then no one will know his failures. But also, he will share them if he's good at it. And I said, okay, that's really weird and secretive. And he said, well, if it's anything involving you, then I will let you know. But if it's not, then that's okay. We can keep stuff private. And I was like, okay. I think maybe he's embarrassed of it because he said 1 year his goal was to like increase his like squat weight or something by only like 5. And he was like, that was such an accomplishment for me. But also I didn't want to tell people in case they were like judging me.
I don't think that I don't like plateaus happen to everyone. And sometimes like the next 5 is the hardest part you'll ever face.
Why does he think that I would judge him?
Say about you.
Exactly. We got a lot to discuss. This is a very sensitive time for me because I'm getting close to my period and this is when I tend to start fights.
Oh no, poor Nick. Rest in peace, Nick. What is that like the thing in like in Hunger Games, like the 3 fingers? This one's for Nick. Interesting. I mean, I get the mentality. I mean, like there's this whole thing that when they say like if you're going to lose weight, don't tell anyone until like you become actually successful to it, because otherwise like people will just look at you like you failure.
Yeah.
And you're doing it for yourself and not anyone else. So I get it. But also if this was Jordan, I'd pester him to no end until he told me. I'm sorry, but it's just the type of person that I am.
I asked twice. And then I was like, okay,
twice is
gotta calm
twice
down.
Is good. It's like, okay. Are you really, really sure?
Exactly. And I was like, okay, I'll find boundaries. It's okay. So it's all good. Yeah, I mean, my New Year's resolutions used to be to like always lose weight, but then I was like, you know what? Losing weight is not the important thing here, because your body will recomposition itself, and it could only be like a 1 pound difference, but your body will look completely different. So don't focus on the number, people. But it's very difficult because I want to set smart goals, and I want to put a number to things. But I
you like just measure yourself.
Yeah.
if you're really like numbers oriented. But I mean,
Yeah.
it might be the same issue of like weight,
Mm-hmm.
like measuring yourself on a scale where it's like if you don't see the numbers going down, you're gonna get like demotivated.
Yeah.
Just find
My
what works for you.
Yeah, my thing was like just to increase the frequency of my working out to make sure that I'm meeting a number every week.
Yeah, I think that's good. And I think
Mm-hmm.
3 is a very reasonable amount. Like you're not over exerting
Mm-hmm.
yourself. It like fits into your schedule and everything. And I think it's very
Yeah,
good. Hope
consistency is
gym's
good.
open soon. Yeah, that's the
I
main
hope
thing,
so too.
consistency.
It's so cold outside. I don't even want to go for a walk or anything. I hate it. Um, yeah.
To the viewers, does anyone else call them suicide prevention walks?
Let us know
Asking
in
for
the
a friend.
comments. It's a thing. I said it. Well, okay. So when me and Nick started dating, I would tell him like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go for a suicide prevention walk," and he legit thought I was like depressed and emo, and he was like, okay."
Maggie said that to me a few days ago, and I was like, does everyone call it that? Um, she also says they're called like mental health walks, which I think is more appropriate than suicide
Suicide
prevention
prevention.
walks.
Listen, seasonal depression hits hard for people. Okay, it's cold. There's no sun. Lockdown is stupid. Outdoor
Oh,
dining is stupid.
that, yeah. People who are still outdoor dining in like negative-degree weather, like not even like -2.
Yeah. No thanks.
But I guess good for them for like keeping the restaurant industry going.
Yes, I agree. Um, Support your local businesses. But also, I have not been getting takeout or anything. So I have not been supporting anyone. I'm so sorry.
Well, that's the first episode of 2022.
Yay, good updates.
Good update. Yeah, it's a whole episode of updates. Hope you enjoyed
Yeah.
them. um, Thanks for listening. You can catch us again next Thursday on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Go follow us on social media, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Bye.
Bye.